And baseball fans to Fernandez Stadium at Gibbs Field here on the campus of St. John's College High School for a
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Again, welcome ladies and gentlemen to St. John's today for the game between St. Paul's.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and thank you for joining us here at Fernandez Stadium at Gibbs Field on the campus of St. John's College High School. We are bringing you high school baseball between the St. John's Cadets and the St. Paul VI Panthers. The Cadets coming into this one off their first win of the season to open the season out at Bishop Ireton last weekend. Paul VI falling in a few of their first games this season, looking to bounce back against a very tough Cadets team. On the mound today for the Cadets, Quinn Allen. Behind the plate, Casey Gibbs, your battery, Allen and Gibbs. Rounding out the outfield for the Cadets, Braden Martin in left, DM Jefferson in center field, and Corey Hatcher in right. And across the infield, Vinnie Hall at third base, Jason Chavoni at short, A.J. Martin at second, and Dom Vallis at first, Max Simpson DHing for the Cadets. Paul VI bringing it bat their leadoff hitter here to open this one up. Number 11, Alexander Peltier.
Now batting number 11, Alexander Peltier.
Quinn Allen strikes the rubber, ready to get this thing started off. And a fastball driven out to right field. Corey Hatcher going back on it, and he hauls this one in for the first out of the day. And a good first pitch, first out for Quinn Allen there to get things started. Next up for the Panthers, number 9, Carlos Irizarry. A young team, the Panthers, coming into this one. A fastball in there for a strike for Allen as he gets ahead. Allen brings another one right in there for strike number 2, and he gets ahead early. An 0-2 count. See if he just goes right at him here. That one just below the knees. Ball and 2 strikes now. Quinn Allen works quickly for the Cadets, keeps his defense engaged. The 1-2 offering. That one looked to be in there just a little bit too high, and the count evens up at 2-2. Allen looking to go right at him here. That one down the third base line, foul ball. Surely, though, we would have expected Vinnie Hall to reel that one in and make a strong throw over to first base. But either way, the count stays 2-2. The 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. This one in the dirt, and the count moves full. A good at-bat here by Irizarry, stepping up, taking this one 7 pitches at the least after a first pitch swinging by the leadoff hitter Peltier. That one in there, and he gets him looking. Looked like Irizarry may have thought that one was a little high. He started taking off for first base, but the umpire saw it a different way, and there's out number 2. So 2 down here in the top of the first. Quinn Allen already ready to deliver the first pitch, and he gets in there ahead. So 3 straight batters to start off the top of the first. Quinn Allen gets right in there with fastballs for strikes. Like I said before, I mean, it just keeps your defense engaged in the game, alive when you're throwing strikes. You're going right after hitters. That one in there, down third base line, just foul again. Now we move to an 0-2 count. The few foul balls we've seen, both down the third base line, it looks like he's getting hitters out in front after getting ahead of them. The 0-2, swing and a miss. And Quinn Allen puts the side down in order here in the top of the first. As we move to the bottom of the first, the Cadets look to strike early. And welcome back out here to Northwest Chevy Chase to what turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day. We had some cloudy skies, a little bit of lightning that pushed us back a few minutes, but it was all worth it for a beautiful blue sky. And the Cadets coming up here in the bottom of the first, leading off for the Cadets, number 13, Casey Gibbs. Gibbs looking to get after this Panthers pitcher early. That one just up and out for a first pitch ball. On the mound for the Panthers, number 6, Rickson Webb. Webb comes in there with one. And Casey Gibbs shoots that one out to right field, right to the glove of the right fielder, Garrett Appleton, for the first out of the inning. Next up for the Cadets, number 10, DM Jefferson, the center fielder. Jefferson comes in here ready to get his season underway. And that one just a bit out of the strike zone for ball number 1. Webb out of the windup. Just a bit downstairs for ball number 2. The Cadets coming off 2 back-to-back wins to open up the season against Ireton and St. Mary's Riken. Traveled all the way out to Riken and beat them handedly earlier this week. That one just a bit upstairs and out of the strike zone. 3 balls and no strikes, and we would expect to see Jefferson probably take a pitch here. Really the only strike we've seen is the one that Gibbs swung at, and we could almost assume that ball might have been down and out of the strike zone. So see if Jefferson can get a free base here. And our first base runner of the game is a walk to DM Jefferson as he takes first base. And the Cadets have their man on. Jefferson, prolific base runner. A lot of speed over there in the 2-hole. And a lot of power at the plate by Jason Chavoni. Anything in the gap would most likely score Jefferson early here. But it'd be interesting to see if Chavoni goes after a pitch early after seeing 4 straight to Jefferson. Webb brings that one just a bit high. And Chavoni gets ahead. A good start for the Cadets here. I will say though, it's tough as a hitter when you start to see a lot of balls coming in. It's tough to be ready for that good fastball or that good pitch in the strike zone that you can take advantage of. Chavoni needs to stay alert and ready for that one he can drive in the gap. That one just a bit high. 2-0 count. So he's in a hitter's count now. Webb falling behind early is third baseman Carlos Cirizeri, trying to pump him up, get him back going in the right direction. See if Webb can recollect here, get himself into the strike zone and work his way back into this count against the toughest part of the Cadets lineup. That pitch on to Chavoni a little bit high. A good one to throw down on. Jefferson stays on the bag and takes second. Looked like he might have gone over the base there. Comes up a little bit slow, but he looks to be okay. Like I mentioned before, I mean, he is an extremely sound base runner. Goes after bases when it's the right moment. Now I'm not sure a 2-0 count is exactly what I would call the right moment there, knowing it was most likely going to be a fastball he's missing up in the zone, but he has the speed to take a base against his pitcher and get himself into scoring position for Chavoni. That one, ball 4 upstairs. So now the Cadets first and second with 1 down. Next up, the DH, number 21, Max Simpson. Jayden Hill, the Panthers catcher, heads out to Webb, and the rest of the infield, or the middle infield, will make their way in as well. Figure out what they want to do here, pending what could possibly be a bunt. I don't expect that out of the Cadets at this point. Early in the game, not seeing a lot of strikes out of Webb on the mound. Really going to force him to come to the zone, especially with your 4-hole hitter up. You expect him to maybe get a good pitch to hit here. With the hot Quinn Allen. That one, fastball right down the heart of the plate, but a good job by the batter, Max Simpson, to let that one go. He lets Chavoni and Jefferson steal both second and third base. So Jefferson, a walk and 2 stolen bases. Chavoni, a walk and a stolen base, and the Cadets are in business. 2 ducks on the pond here for Simpson. He's behind 0-1. Simpson gets a good one to hit, maybe a little bit up in the zone. A pop-up going out is the shortstop. Jefferson takes a step off the bag. Doesn't go, wasn't deep enough. Jackson Sarah is able to get out to that one, make the catch. And with 2 outs here, second and third, and Quinn Allen stepping up to the plate, Webb's going to face his toughest test early and see if he can hold the Cadets at bay here in the bottom of the first. Quinn Allen coming into this one off the 14-2 win against St. Mary's Riken. 4 for 4, 3 doubles, and 5 RBIs. See if he can add to his early collection here. Thought he had one to hit there, an aggressive swing. But that one just a little bit too far down and out of his reach, and he gets behind 0-1. So Rickson Webb working his way through, trying to minimize damage and get out of this one with no runs after a few walks. Ready and delivering. Just a bit upstairs. A good take there by Quinn Allen as he evens the count up at 1. Big spot for the Cadets here early, looking for a 2-out hit. That one in the dirt, a great job by Jayden Hill to keep that one in front of him. Although it's a small backstop there behind him with a runner like DM Jefferson on third base, you never know what he's going to try and take advantage of, especially early in the game. So keeping that one in front was a necessary task. 2-1 count here. Webb comes set, ready to deliver. That one right there for strike number 2. And the count evens up. Webb comes set, the 2-2. Brings this one into Allen. And a good job fighting off that pitch down in the zone. Count stays at 2-2. The Panthers coming into this one off a few losses, so looking to maintain things at bay here so they don't get behind early and put themselves in a hole. Webb brings the 2-2, just a little bit upstairs, and the count moves to 3-2. Now with first base open and 2 outs, this is not a position where Webb really wants to put something in the heart of the plate. He's going to want to try and work around a hot bat like Quinn Allen and try and get him to chase something just off the plate. That one a little bit too far outside the zone. Quinn Allen holds up, and he's on first with the third walk of the inning for the Cadets. Next up for the Cadets, number 14, Braden Martin. Braden Martin, the sophomore, hitting just in front of his brother, A.J. Martin. That first one a little bit upstairs, ball 1. Like Webb pulled the string on him a little bit there. A good pitch to even the count up, 1-1. Braden Martin, a recent commit for the Big Red. Graduating in the class of 2023, is already committed to Florida State University. An impressive commitment for Martin for sure. But as he steps in here with the 1-1 count, all that is out of sight, out of mind. The only thing in his windshield is the 2 runners on second and third, ready to drive him in with 2 outs. That one in the dirt, Count goes to 2-1. The senior for the Panthers still working hard to work his way out of this inning. As he's behind in the count 2-1, he comes set. And Martin fouls that one off, and the count moves to 2-2. Webb toes the rubber once again, getting ready for the 2-2 here. Delivers. That one in the dirt. Stays at the feet of the catcher, Jayden Hill, once again. An incredible job by him back there very early on to keep Jefferson at bay at third. But a 3-2 count now, and Webb's going to have to come right at Martin and force him to swing the bat. Make sure he finds the zone here so that he doesn't walk in a run. And Martin has got to take advantage of something coming his way here. Webb delivers. That one just outside. Gets past the catcher. And the first run of the game crosses the plate for the Cadets here on that 3-2 pitch. And again, we reset with a 3-2 count. Or excuse me, with 2 outs and bases loaded. Looks like the Panthers coach Billy Emerson sent one of his assistants out to chat with Webb here. Settle him down before he's got to come at the next batter, A.J. Martin. And A.J. Martin, through the first 2 games of the season, has been one of the Cadets' hottest hitters. In the game against St. Mary's Reich, and he went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, including a double. And in the game against Ireton, he also contributed heavily offensively with 2 more hits in that game. The second baseman gets ahead, 1-0. If you're A.J. Martin there in the box, you got to be looking for something. What we like to say is right in that Pop-Tart box, something that's right in that small square in your perfect hitting zone. And if it's not there, we just leave it alone. That one there, a little bit upstairs, called for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. That pitch right there is the perfect example of something that's not in the Pop-Tart box when you're ahead in the count. We leave that one alone. But another good opportunity here, expecting a strike. Webb's going to want to get himself ahead in the count. A.J. Martin's going to try and take advantage of a pitch here to hit with bases loaded and 2 down. Good opportunity. That one in the dirt, once again, kept in front by Jayden Hill. Fantastic job by Hill here early on in the game. Webb comes set, ready to deliver. That one just a bit low. Looked like he might have gotten crossed up with his catcher a little bit, the way that one was received. But regardless, the count moves to 3-1, and A.J. Martin here has got to be looking for that perfect pitch. Otherwise, I would be letting this one go. A hitter as good as him should be comfortable to hit with 2 strikes if he lets this one go and forces a perfect strike. And there you go, that one in the dirt. Pushes across another run there for the Cadets, and they take a 2-0 lead here with 2 outs in the first inning. Next up for the Cadets, number 1, Dom Vallis, the first baseman. And the Cadets looking for someone here to break this thing open. Webb with the delivery, and Hill, for all the great work he's done, drops that one, unfortunately, and it turns up as a ball to start the count. And right away, Vallis is ahead. That one just a little bit low and away. Count moves to 2-0. Unfortunately, I spoke too soon, and the clouds decided to come over as soon as I said it was a nice day. And the rain is slightly falling out there. Based on the attendance we have here, it doesn't seem to be coming down to the point where anybody's too bothered by it. I don't see too many umbrellas out or anything. And with that, it looks like we're going to have our first pitching change of the day. Coming out for the Panthers, number 48, Kevin Adamson. Adamson comes on to replace Webb after Webb has a hard time finding the strike zone early. With that, we will take a short break up here in the booth while Adamson gets his warm-up pitches in and the rain continues to fall. The Cadets with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. 2 down, bases loaded. We'll be right back. Welcome back, baseball fans. Kevin Adamson has taken the mound here for the Panthers as Dom Vallis steps back in with a 2-0 count and runners all over the place for the Cadets. And that one upstairs, count moves to 3-0. Count here, Vallis for sure taking that one down and in, and another run comes in for the Cadets. They take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first, still waiting for this thing to break open. With that brings up the second leadoff, number 29, Corey Hatcher, hitting in the 9-hole for the Cadets. Corey Hatcher looking to turn this lineup over with men still on base. Has an opportunity here. An interesting move by Corey Hatcher there on the first pitch of the at-bat. Seeing 2 balls right off the bat from Adamson, right out of the bullpen, and he goes to try and drag bunt, kind of giving away a strike early in the count. But he's coming off a good offensive game, feeling good swinging the bat. Not going to argue with the way he takes his at-bats at that rate. Count moves to 0-2, and now Hatcher's got his work in front of him. That one was a little bit upstairs, but enough that it caught the top of the zone. Adamson leaves that one up high, and the count moves to 1-2. A good job by Hatcher to battle back, keep his at-bat alive. The Cadets still with bases loaded, 2 outs here, now with a 3-0 lead. Pitch, swung on, grounded to third base and foul. Knocked down by Ed Gibbs, the third base coach for the Cadets. Ed Gibbs, longtime head coach here for the Cadets. Back in 2007, 2006, 2007, he handed it over to his son Mark, who's done an incredible job with the program in the last 15 years, taking it to almost insurmountable heights. Adamson steps off the rubber there, recollecting himself. He's got a 1-2 count here ahead of Hatcher, looking to minimize the damage here for the Panthers and get them back in the dugout. The swung on, popped up to the right side, right fielder coming on. He brings that one in, collects his hat, and heads on into the dugout, but not after the Cadets take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. The Panthers do up Rickson Webb, Remigio Ferreira, and Jackson Schroy, looking to get the Panthers on the board here and fight back. We'll be right back after a short break. So Quinn Allen back on the mound here after a long layoff in the bottom of the first, and he comes in with ball 1 after getting ahead of his first 3 batters in the first inning. He gets behind here on Rickson Webb, who stays in as the DH for the Panthers. Another ball in there. That one comes in. Ball 3, so Quinn Allen puts himself in a hole here early in the top of the second. A little bit of work here to get back into this count. And there's his first strike of the second inning. Another one in there, and the count goes full. An opportunity here for Quinn Allen to work his way back, get his first out of the inning. That one looked like it was in there, a check swing, but the first base umpire says no. And ball 4 puts Rickson Webb on first base to start off the second inning here for the Panthers. That brings up the first baseman, number 14, Remigio Ferrara. Ferrara with the bunt towards first base. Quinn Allen was looking to go to second base. He had Chavoni there, but the smarter decision, already up 3-0, takes it to first, gets his out, and retires the first one of the top of the second. Next up for the Panthers, the shortstop, number 8, Jackson Sroa. The shortstop for the Panthers, a freshman, recently committed to UVA. One of the multiple freshmen out on the field. One of the multiple freshmen on the team, on this varsity roster, for the Panthers this year. After an odd shortened season last year, obviously because of the pandemic, and a couple large graduating classes in the last couple of years, the Panthers have really, led to a slimmed down roster. But this freshman looks like somebody they can rely on for the next 3 or 4 years at hand, in a really strong position at shortstop. With that, he gets behind here, 0-2 early in his count. Quinn Allen looking to get his second out of the inning. He's got a man on second base. A pickoff attempt. Chavoni, smart move there to keep that one right in front of him, not worrying about the runner. But a good effort to keep that runner at bay. Always want to make sure he's aware that the pitcher's got an eye on him, keeping him close to second base, even with a single here, giving your outfielders an opportunity. It's such an interesting piece of the game that you don't start to understand until you get to this level. How increasingly important it is to do things like that. It's not always about trying to get the guy out. Sroa swings and fouls that one straight back, right on it. Timing dialed in on that pitch. Just barely misses it. The count remains 0-2. But as an outfielder, it's increasingly important that your pitcher's keeping those base runners at bay. With a short right field here, the right fielder's always in an opportunity with a base hit that way to throw out a runner going from second. And that one upstairs gets Sroa swinging through it for the second out of the inning. A great job there by Quinn Allen to get ahead early and continue to fire it right at the strike zone. So 2 down here in the top of the second for the Panthers. And that brings up the catcher, Jayden Hill, a really solid defensive first inning, other than the stolen base. Did a great job keeping the ball in front of him, pitch by pitch there while Webb was on the hill. Quinn Allen gets ahead there, gets right back to it. So all but one batter here, all but Webb. Quinn Allen has been able to get ahead on the first pitch early, which is another piece of his game, with working quickly, that keeps the defense engaged and consistently has great outings coming from him. That one fouled straight back, moves the count to 0-2. Quinn Allen looking for his ender, trying to finish the top of the second here, get the Big Red back on the offensive side. That one just a bit upstairs. Ball number 1. Now he takes a minute to recollect. Looks in, gets his sign from Gibbs. Comes set, ready to deliver the 1-2. Another high fastball. Goes by the wayside. Jayden Hill leaves that one alone, and the count evens up at 2-2. This is the last time I'm going to say it. The sun is out. The rain has stopped, and the clouds are clearing up. But I have a feeling that could change again as I speak. Quinn Allen brings the 2-2 on. Looked like he might have gone. They point out to the field umpire for the second time in the inning. The batter holds up, and the count moves to 3-2. So the second full count of the inning here for Quinn Allen. with a base open, but no reason to give it up. With 2 outs, Quinn Allen puts that one right at the top of the strike zone and finishes off Hill for the 3rd out of the inning. The Cadets take their 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 2nd here as the lineup turns over. And we start with the top of the order. Casey Gibbs, DM Jefferson, and Jason Chavoni here for St. John's, looking to increase their lead. Welcome back here for the bottom of the 2nd. And we got a good one early here in D.C. Kevin Adamson's still on the hill for the Panthers, looking to pick up where he left off last inning, minimizing the damage for Paul VI. Casey Gibbs looking to get something started here. Flew out to right his first time up. Swinging at the first pitch. Swings right through it. Strike number 1. Count moves to 0-1 here. Casey Gibbs sees that one in the dirt. The count moves to 1-1. Casey Gibbs, the son of assistant coach Kevin Gibbs, a 92 graduate of St. John's and the brother of head coach Mark Gibbs. And if you're getting the trend, another reason why we're here at Gibbs Field. That one down low, ball 2. Recently, St. John's had their signing day. Casey Gibbs was a part of that. One of the 2 St. John's players committed to Virginia Commonwealth University to play baseball. That one outside. Count moves to 3-1. Casey Gibbs way ahead here. Looking for a good ball he can drive in the gap here. St. John's still looking for their first hit of the game as the lineup turns over. That one just a bit inside, and Gibbs takes his base. And once again, the Cadets have an early man on via the walk.
Now batting number 10, DM Jefferson.
Next up for the Cadets, the center fielder, DM Jefferson. A walk his first time up. A walk, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored, I might add. DM, also one of the folks on this roster who signed his national letter of intent this past week, going to Notre Dame. Very exciting for these guys. That one fouled back, a bunt attempt. And the count moves to 0-1. I remember when I was going through that process of getting recruited and going to camps and showcases and finally choosing a school and then finally signing to play at that school. And just an exciting day for those guys, and then getting to do it with all your friends, and then bring it out to the field and all still get to play, you know, your entire last season together, or for some guys your last couple seasons together. Jefferson still squared. Another bunt attempt, and that one goes right through the bat for strike number 2. And he's working with an 0-2 count now. Surely Mark Gibbs not happy with the missed sack bunt there, but DM Jefferson, a good hitter, has the ability to still take advantage of an at-bat in an 0-2 count, get something to hit, and maybe get the first hit of the day on the board for the Cadets. That one just a bit upstairs. Adamson, after getting ahead 0-2, gives one back. A little bit of action in the bullpen for the Panthers here as Adamson is working. Looks like Brendan Cheka. That one in the dirt. Count evens up at 2-2, and a great dirt ball read there by Casey Gibbs gets him to second base. So with that, the Cadets have not had to give up an out. DM Jefferson is now back in an even count. And what I would say for him as the 2-hole and a very good hitter is a hitter's count with a man now in scoring position. So an opportunity here to strike in the bottom of the second. Again, looking for that first hit that would drive in Gibbs. Adamson set. Comes with the 2-2. Jefferson rips that one through the right side. Going to be a way too hard of a hit to score Gibbs. That ball ripped right past the second baseman, fielded cleanly by the right fielder, Appleton, and fired into his cutoff man. The Cadets now first and third, nobody out, with Jason Chavoni stepping to the plate, the shortstop, having a solid season both at the plate and on the bump. Picked up the win against Ireton with, I believe, 4 2/3 inning of strong work. Would not be surprised to see Jefferson take off at some point here in the count if Chavoni doesn't swing early on. That one upstairs, and the count moves to 1-0. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. The Cadets lead 3-0. 1-0 count for Chavoni. That one down and in. Count moves to 2-0. So this was the point during Chavoni's at-bat last time when Jefferson took off on a fastball up and out. We'll see if Jefferson decides this is the moment to go. But being in a first and third situation, Paul VI may have something up their sleeve to try and defend against it and take an out away early. Jefferson fakes the steal, and that one in there for a strike, 2-1 count. And a good choice by Chavoni with some movement going on with the base runners to let that one go. Adamson comes set. The 2-1 pitch. That one, a great hack there by Chavoni. Looking to take advantage of a good pitch to hit there in a 2-1 count. Swings right through it. An aggressive take. The count evens up at 2-2 now. Jefferson, another fake steal on that one. Now this is a pitch here where I would say is a pretty good opportunity for Jefferson to go. Most likely looking at an off-speed pitch here with an even count. And he takes off. Off-speed pitch down in the plate, down in the zone. And the Cadets are in business, second and third. And Chavoni in a 3-2 count, a hitter's count, looking to break this one wide open and score a couple runs. Something through the left side surely would score DM Jefferson without hesitation. The left fielder playing deep after a couple swings from Chavoni there. That one rolled up the middle. A nice sliding grab by the second baseman. Not going to be in time. Chavoni beats that one out for an infield single. Tyler Rowling had to range far to his right. A sliding backhand. A good strong throw that one hop skips to the first baseman is not enough. And Casey Gibbs comes across the plate, and the Cadets take a 4-0 lead here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Jefferson moving up to third base on the play. Good base running by him. Saw the ball past the pitcher and to his left and took off instantly. Next up for the Cadets, number 21, Max Simpson, the DH. Simpson DHing for the for the third baseman, Vinnie Hall. Action still up in the bullpen for the Panthers, Brendan Cheka. Adamson, ready to deliver. A good strong hold there to settle himself down. Simpson steps out, regains his composure at the plate. That one up in the zone, ball one. For those of you familiar with St. John's baseball over the years, we like to keep up as much as possible with our alumni. One of our alumni, Dylan Hunter, in his game today has a 2-run home run. His team is leading, so both here in D.C., the Cadets have the lead and are striking early, and their alumni are doing the same. That one swung on. The count moves to 1-1. Adamson ready to deliver. Simpson swings at that one. That one popped out to the right side, just over the wall and out of play. Just a tough situation there as a hitter. When you have a base runner take off and steal, usually with no strikes, you'll watch the pitch go by, strike ball regardless, because you want to give him the best opportunity to get there. You don't want to line out and double him up. But when you have one strike, it's tough to give up a second one. And so you have to be a little bit more mindful of whether or not you're going to really swing at a pitch or if you're going to battle with two strikes with men on second and third, especially with a fast runner like Chavoni on first, who was 99% of the way, with a safe stolen base. He takes off again, and that one scoops under the glove of Srawat. Shortstop Chavoni trips up going around second base, but is still able to collect himself and get to third. And I believe they're most likely going to rule that one a hit as hard as it was hit by Simpson. And the score now is 5-0 as Jefferson comes across the plate. And the Cadets once again are in a first and third situation with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. These first and third situations are interesting from both sides of the ball. If you're on the offensive side, it's a great opportunity to maybe steal a run with two outs, get a guy in scoring position with nobody out or one out. But as a defense, you can also take advantage of maybe throwing a trick play in there every now and then and stealing it out. That one popped up to the right side on third base bag. Irizarry handles that one easily, and Quinn Allen pops up for the first out of the inning. So the Cadets now first and third with one out. And number 14, Braden Martin, comes to the plate, the left fielder. don't believe Simpson has the same speed that Chavoni and Jefferson have. But having seen Hill's arm behind the plate on one of Jefferson's slides, I would not be surprised if they tried to take advantage of getting a base here and getting another man in scoring position for a good bat like Martin's at the plate. A fake steal attempt there on a first pitch ball. Those fake steal attempts are interesting. They really get things moving, either for the defense and sometimes even for the umpire. It gets their eyes up out of the strike zone and leads to some pitches that maybe should have been strikes as balls. That one down low, and the count moves to 2-0. St. John's in a great position here to continue adding on to their lead. Pitching coming from Adamson. Down in the dirt. Count moves to 3-0. And a great job by Simpson to read that dirt ball and take the bag. So now second and third and a 3-0 count here for Braden Martin. And once again, we would just assume Braden Martin will take the pitch here. Take his base if given so. That one inside, almost got him. And I thought that was the fourth pitch of the at-bat, but it may have only been the third. So I guess the count is now 3-1. We must have seen something different than the umpire. Martin squeezes that one out to center field. Simpson held up at third. Great base running there by Chavoni to hold up at third base on the line drive, making sure it got down and coming across the plate for the sixth run and back-to-back innings with 3 runs here for the Cadets. Now with 1 out in the inning, the Cadets once again in a position of first and third. And with that, Coach Billy Emerson will come out, take the ball from Adamson, and hand it over to the junior Brendan Cheka. With this pitching change, wanted to just take a minute to thank all the folks we have up here in the booth, manning the cameras, the scoreboard, the PA, doing an incredible job out here for the Cadets to provide a great experience for the fans there at home and the fans here on the grounds, as well as the players out there on the field. As a former player at St. John's, it's great to see the kind of investment that's made into this team and these athletic programs and what these kids get to enjoy as high school students out here in this program. It is one of the things that myself and many others keeps us coming back as alumni is the way we were treated, and the things that were provided to us always lead us to want to give back to this program in any way that we can.
New pitcher in for call assist, number 1, Brendan Secca.
So Brendan Secca on the mound, the junior, looking to shut down this Cadet offense, see if he can hold them at bay. Now we're only in the second inning, a lot of innings left to play. The Cadets looking to build on it early, coming off double-digit victories in back-to-back games to open up the WCAC season. This St. John's team has had a history the last 6-7 years of really taking a strong command over this conference, winning conference championship after conference championship pretty much since I left the school. There's no coincidence there. But again, another opportunity here for the Cadets in a game against a tough in-conference opponent to make a statement early to the conference and let them know what kind of talent they have this year, what kind of offense they're looking to bring to the table. So Secca's thrown his warm-up pitches. He's ready to go. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 2, A.J. Martin. Martin, again, another one of those who walked in a run in the first inning. Secca brings that one in right away for strike number 1. 1 out here. Secca looking for that ground ball double play to minimize the damage here and get his team back in the dugout for the offensive top of the third. A.J. Martin looking to extend the lead here for the Cadets. That one in there, strike 2, and the count moves to 0-2. So after Quinn Allen's pop-up to give the first out of the inning for the Cadets, Braden Martin came up with another single, following up Chavoni, Simpson, and Jefferson to bring in the 3 runs that the Cadets have this inning. That one just a bit upstairs. A good job by Martin to hold off. Move the count to 1-2 as he's going to fight back and try and work his way on base here. Secca taking his sign, comes set. And with that, Martin steps out. Secca was just taking a little bit too long for his liking. Bench cheering on Martin. That one in the dirt. And the count moves to 2-2. It's evened up for a hot hitter like A.J. Martin. You'd expect him to be ready for a pitch to hit here and an opportunity to maybe drive one in a gap. Braden Martin on first base. Could see an opportunity for him to take off here, get himself into scoring position. A fake steal there. Martin takes advantage of the fake steal and puts one right at where the shortstop would have been. Martin slides in there safe at third. A.J. Martin into second base with a double. And a great piece of hitting there. The fake steal works to perfection for the Cadets. And A.J. Martin drills a ground ball right through the middle of the field, brings in another run, and the Cadets take a 7-0 lead. Just a great at-bat start to finish there by Martin. Forces Secca to come to the zone after the first 2 pitchers for the Panthers had some trouble. Then he works the count back in his favor, takes advantage of a pitch to hit there, and right in front of him, Braden Martin goes first to third, allows him to get up to second base. And now Dom Vallis with an opportunity here with second and third, and 1 out, looking to extend the lead for the Cadets. First pitch of the at-bat, fouled off down the right side, moves to 0-1. So Secca having no trouble getting ahead early against these Cadet hitters. A little bit unfortunate for him in the way that things turned out in that last at-bat against A.J. Martin. And once again gets ahead, 0-2. So Dom Vallis, the first baseman here for the Cadets, has to work himself out of an 0-2 hole he's built early in the count. That one grounded right through the glove of the pitcher. And he's out at first base. A good play there by Tyler Rowling. That one got right past the hands of Secca on a ground ball up the middle. Looked like he was maybe trying to make the play at the plate before he had the ball, but Rowling followed it up with a nice play on the slow roller and got the runner at first by just a step. Vallis, a good effort to get down the first baseline, but either way brings in the 8th run of the game for the Cadets on the ground out. Now with 2 outs, A.J. Martin at third base and Corey Hatcher at the plate. Hatcher ended the first inning for the Cadets, looking to get something to drop this time after he flew out to right field in his first at-bat. He gets ahead in the count 1-0, first time that's happened against against Brendan Secca, the junior right-hander from St. Paul VI. He comes in with the 1-0, a little bit up and in, and the count moves to 2-0. So Hatcher with an opportunity here. Secca, the 2-0, gets it right in there for strike number 1 as he builds himself back into the count. And with the man on third here, the defense can rest easy. No base running antics will be going on for St. John's. Secca comes with the 2-1. Just a bit too far up and out, and the count moves in favor of Hatcher, 3-1. An opportunity for Corey Hatcher here to drive in a run of his own and stretch this lead to 9. The 3-1, Hatcher swings and fouls it back into the bushes up there on the right. And the count moves full. Corey Hatcher was one of the early St. John's players that I coached in a fall league. One of the best young outfielders I've ever coached. They're an unfortunate end to his at-bat, a pop-up to the shortstop, Swarwa. And that finishes the bottom of the second here for the Cadets, but they stretch their lead out to 8 here with some timely hitting, breaking up the Paul VI early no-hitter with 4 hits in the inning, 5 runs, and a few walks mixed in there as well. So Quinn Allen coming back out to the bump after another long layoff, looking to shut down the Paul VI Panthers, have a quick inning, and get back to the bats. This is Evan Flax up here in the booth bringing you WCAC baseball. We'll be right back.
Number 12, Tyler Rowling.
So Quinn Allen back on the hill, comes in just a little bit upstairs for ball number 1. Next one in there, looked to be in the same spot. But the second baseman, Tyler Rowling, chased it upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another good pitch there. Drops a curveball in there for a strike on the 1-1 count. Moves it to 1-2. Allen from the windup brings one in there and blows it past him. Strike 3. First out of the inning. Next up for the Panthers, the 9-hole, Nathan Dion, the center fielder. Center fielder has a great arm. We saw him come up on a couple throws there in that last inning on a couple singles. That one driven out to left center field. DM Jefferson tracking it down, communicates with his left fielder, Braden Martin, and they haul that one in for out number 2. And as we always used to say, Love quick outs. Love, love, love quick outs like that one. 2 down here in the top of the third. Quinn Allen on the bump there's got to be happy with the way that one turned out. Another one driven to left field. Just foul. And that one was surely going to be a double, if not going to be 3 with the way it tracked down there. Oh, yeah, I guess that's also out of play down there, so he probably would have been stuck standing on second base. But either way, we're ahead in the count. 1-0, or excuse me, 0-1. Quinn Allen brings the 0-1. Catches the top of the zone, moves it to 0-2. Allen puts that one past the Panther hitter for the 3rd out of the inning. And again, a quick inning for Quinn Allen there. Gets the Cadets right back to the offensive side of the field. And as a leading team and a team coming off a good offensive inning, there's really nothing else you're looking for out of your pitcher than a quick one to get you back on the offensive side. So the Panthers looking to keep the Cadets at bay here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Seka coming on for his first full inning of work, looking to help out the Panthers. This is Evan Flax up here in the booth. We'll be right back. So the junior right-hander back out on the mound for St. Paul VI.
Now batting number 13, Casey Gibbs.
That one in there for a ball. The count moves to 1-0. And once again, for the 3rd inning in a row, we're being led off by Casey Gibbs. Gibbs with a fly out and a walk. An opportunity to swing at one there. He drives it out to left field, and it's hauled in by the left fielder, Alexander Peltier. Good swing there by Gibbs, but hit it right at a guy, and a good job there by the left fielder to haul that one in. And like I said, for the Cadets, same goes for the Panthers. Everybody loves quick outs when you're on defense. Next up for the Cadets, number 10, DM Jefferson. Jefferson 1 for 1, a single and a walk. That one in there for strike number 1. Jefferson drives that one to left field. It lands in there for a fair ball, and Jefferson speeds into second base, sliding in for a double. Now 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And he gets a man in scoring position for the Cadets here with 1 down. Next up, the shortstop, Jason Chavoni. Chavoni coming off an infield single in his last at-bat, a walk in his first. looking for another single here, push this lead out to 9-0. Jefferson taking a walking lead off of second base. The shortstop Srawal right behind him. That one up and in. Moves the count to 1-0. Chavoni ahead in the count now. Some action up in the Panther bullpen once again. Number 15, Kabir Chu. Chavoni takes a whack at that one, drives it out to center field. Jefferson just a little bit of ways off of second base, not going anywhere there. And he's standing on second base with 2 down. Good job by Seka to get a couple quick outs and bring a lot of strikes into the zone here early in his showing. Next up for the Cadets, number 21, Max Simpson. Simpson coming off his own single there in the second inning. Looking to do the same here in the third and score Jefferson from second. Seka will give him a pitch to hit. There's a good one to hit. Swings and fouls it away. Seka, good job getting ahead in the count. Count moves to 0-1. Jefferson takes his lead off at second base. With 2 outs, he won't be trying to steal. Never want to make the third out at third base. Cardinal rule of baseball. Simpson drives that one through the left side. Jefferson headed home. The throw is not in time. Cut off by the third baseman, Irizarry. And Simpson with an RBI single brings in Jefferson, and the lead moves to 9. Great at-bat there by Simpson. Ahead or aggressive early in the count with someone like Seka on the mound who's coming after hitters, throwing a lot of fastballs, trying to get ahead early. Use that same aggressive approach to get a pitch to hit in the middle of the at-bat and hit a hard one through the left side where there is a large hole available, especially with a man on second base. Allen lets the first one go by, ball 1. And now he's ahead in the count. Expect Allen to maybe get a good pitch to hit here. Not expecting Simpson to go anywhere. Maybe take a dirt ball read if he gets the opportunity. Allen drives that one into the right center gap. Cut off by the center fielder. Dion gets it in. Simpson headed home. The throw to the plate beats him by a mile for the third out of the inning. An aggressive move by the third base coach, up 9-0. Taking an opportunity there to maybe see if an errant throw comes in, stealing a run. Not to be for the Cadets on that ball driven to right center by Quinn Allen. He'll be credited with a double there. And the Cadets move now into the top of the 4th. Quinn Allen will take his time getting back out to the mound, and so will we up here in the booth. This is Evan Flex here bringing you WCAC Baseball. We'll be right back. And we're back here for the top of the fourth. That ball driven all the way to the wall over the left fielder's head. And the third baseman, Carlos Irizarry, gets things started here for the Panthers in the top of the fourth. First hit of the game off of Quinn Allen. So now Quinn Allen will have his work cut out for him early in this fourth inning. Next up, the right fielder, Garrett Appleton.
Now batting number 5, Garrett Appleton.
That one just a little bit too low for ball one. Irizarry not taking too much of a lead off of second base. Chavoni keeping him at bay. Allen with the 1-0. Pulled the string on him a little bit, and the count moves to 1-1. That's a great job by Irizarry to jump on a fastball right at the top of the inning. And there was absolutely nothing Braden Martin could have done about that one. It was driven right over his head. Right off the bat, he did a good job of turning, running, and getting it in as fast as possible, keeping Irizarry at second. A lot of movement out there at second base. Nothing doing, and another one through the bat of Appleton. Count moves to 1-2. Tough thing to do here as a pitcher is continue to work at a fast pace or just a quick pace and keep everybody engaged when you have runners on. Quinn Allen hasn't had a lot of runners on base yet today, but doing a good job of maintaining pace with Irizarry out there. They try a pickoff attempt again. Second time today. That would throw a little bit better by Allen, but still not in time to get Irizarry. No matter, still keeps him aware that they're keeping an eye on him. Chavoni and Irizarry dancing together out there. At shortstop. As that pitch works away for ball two, count evens up. Appleton looking for a pitch to hit here, drive in a run, first run of the day for the Panthers. Allen looking to keep things at bay, nobody out, man on second here in the top of the fourth. Quinn Allen steps off there, looking to reset. And that one in the dirt, but through the bat. And home plate umpire saying that Casey Gibbs caught that one on the fly, so not a drop third strike. First out of the inning, and a great job by Quinn Allen breaking off some off-speed pitches there in that at-bat, keeping Appleton off balance and putting away the first out. Irizarry still working out there at second base, trying to keep Allen's attention. That one just a bit outside. Ball one. Now at the plate, Rickson Webb, the starting pitcher for the Panthers, has now turned DH. Rickson Webb walked in his first at-bat. That one in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Irizarry, Chavoni still working together out there at shortstop. The 1-1 fouled back. Count moves to 1-2. Great job there by Quinn Allen to stay right in the zone. Keep things moving, keep everybody engaged. Working ahead of these batters, giving him the most opportunity to use up his entire arsenal of weapons out there on the mound. Here comes the 1-2. That one fouled off to the dugout. A nice play by the on-deck batter there. He tosses it back to Quinn Allen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twin toes the rubber, takes his sign, comes set, and that one just a bit upstairs. Count moves to 2-2. A little bit of work here for him. Trying to get the second out of the inning with a man on second base. He's got one away. Count even at 2s. That one hit to third base and just foul. The cameraman ducked and got out of the way of that one. Some good reflexes down there, looking through a lens. Well, folks, the winds are blowing, but the sky has stayed blue, fortunately for us. That rain seemed to pass really quick. It was just a small cell that came over the top of us. Allen with the 2-2, that one in the dirt. Casey Gibbs comes up with it, throw down to third base, and Irizarry is thrown out on trying to get to third on a dirt ball read. And folks, that is one of the big reasons why Casey Gibbs is headed to VCU. He has an unbelievable arm from behind the plate, just very quick feet, good defensive weapon, even with his offensive abilities. The 3-2 pitch here, now to the third baseman, diving stop. Throw to first, and an incredible play there by Vinnie Hall, and that ends the top of the fourth. So after a leadoff double, two great defensive plays on back-to-back pitches, settle things there for Quinn Allen and the Cadets as we move to the bottom of the fourth. And with that, we will take a break up here in the booth. This is Evan Flax bringing you WCAC Baseball.
Middle of the fourth inning, our score still remains 9 to St. John, call the 6-0.
And we're back here for the bottom of the fourth. A couple great defensive plays there by the Cadets. Ended the threat for the Panthers, who were looking to get their first run on the board. That brings up Braden Martin for the Cadets. Martin lays down a beautiful bunt out the third baseline that just goes foul, and he was zooming down the first baseline. I'm not even sure if he needed to play with the line there. He probably could have just put it in the third baseman's hands and beat it out as fast as he was getting down there. But no matter, count moves to 0-1 after that attempt. St. John's looking to score in their fourth consecutive inning with one run in the third, 5 in the second, and 3 in the first. Bats have come alive here in the last couple innings a little bit more than the first. It looked like time was called late there by the umpire, and Secca, as you're taught, releases the ball. Now, I was taught to throw it as high up the backstop as possible and just let it loose. He held on to it a little bit longer there and just threw it right in the dirt. But either way, no pitch there. Still looking for the 0-1. Secca comes set. And that one in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. Martin looking to be the leadoff guy that the Cadets need here. The Cadets have only had the leadoff man on one of the first 3 innings, but they've been able to make something of those innings either way. That one just a bit outside, I would guess. It looked like it was right in the same spot of the zone everybody else was throwing it, but I guess not. And the count moves to 2-1. Martin rips that one into center field, his second hit of the ball game. A good swing on a 2-1 pitch down in the zone. A good pitch, good swing, base hit. And that, folks, is what we like to call clean baseball. So the Cadets have their leader on base, and that now brings up the second baseman, A.J. Martin. Once again, some action up in the Panther bullpen. Looks like it's number 15, Kabir Chu, sophomore. Seka holding his own out there, though, throwing a lot of strikes. That one ripped right at the shortstop, bounces away. Should have enough time to get Martin at second base in the force out. So a fielder's choice for A.J. Martin's third at bat after a really well hit ball just at the wrong spot. Now, if you recall, back in his second at bat, the exact same thing happened, but Braden Martin was doing a fake steal on a first and third, so it pulled the shortstop to the bag and left that spot open for A.J. Martin and actually turned into a double for him. So either way, A.J. Martin on first base now. First pitch coming in to Dom Vallis. He showed to bunt, but then pulled back when it was rising above the top of the zone. That one bounces away from the catcher, Jayden Hill, and A.J. Martin moves up to second base. So one down and a 1-0 count now on Vallis. A base hit to the left side here would surely score Martin. That one punched right back up the middle. The shortstop takes his out, goes to first base. An interesting choice there by A.J. Martin. Gets to third base, no matter. So 2 down, and Corey Hatcher comes up looking for his first hit of the ball game and an RBI to stretch this lead out to double digits for the Cadets.
Now batting number 29, Corey Hatcher.
So Corey Hatcher, I think I was saying this before, but I coached him when he was first coming into St. John's on one of the fall teams, similar to DM Jefferson, and his ability to track down and route fly balls in the outfield was just so impressive at that young age, and we saw very early in the game him do the same thing on a ball into the right center gap, track down the first batter of the game and secure that first out, and it really something he's built up over the last couple of years. And now he's starting to come into his own as an offensive player as well, holding down that right field spot for the Cadets. Coming off a good offensive game against St. Mary's Riken and against Ireton, looking to continue the hot bat with a 2-out single here, looking to score A.J. Martin. He's in a 1-1 count with 2 down. The 1-1. Hatcher hits that one to third base, sneaks it through the left side under the glove of Irizarry and Swarwa. And there's your 2-out single, pushes the lead to 10 for the Cadets with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And St. John's now turns the lineup back over to the top of the lineup. Casey Gibbs has hit 2 hard balls to the outfield, right at the right fielder and right at the left fielder, and also has a walk to his name. So he's looking for his first hit of the ball game, looking to extend the inning. Hatcher with a little bit of speed on first base, maybe looking to put something in a gap and score Hatcher from first. We'll see. Seca has done a very good job in the last two and what has amounted to about 2 innings of work after coming out of the bullpen. Really getting in the zone, not walking too many guys. But as soon as he started to throw strikes, these cadet hitters were ready to go and have just been finding a lot of barrels in all these at-bats. Casey Gibbs ahead 1-0 on the count. An opportunity here for a pitch to hit. Gets one there, pops that one up to the infield. First baseman Ferrara under it, snags it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So St. John's able to scrape one away there on the 2-out single by Hatcher through the left side. Scored A.J. Martin after 3 hard-hit balls in the inning. The Cadets end up there with 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 man left on base. They now head into the next inning with a 10-run lead.
Now batting number 14, Vinnie Walsh.
And we're back here with the top of the 5th inning and a pitching change for the Cadets. Quinn Allen, after 4 innings of work, 4 very strong innings of work, he's relieved by J.T. Gibson. Gibson, the junior left-hander out of La Plata, Maryland, a Virginia Tech commit. Gibson brings that one right into the zone. Maybe a little bit harder than Quinn Allen. The batter there, the first baseman, Ramigo Ferrara, was a little bit behind on that first one. Gibson seems to fall in line with most of these cadet pitchers, working at a quick pace. That one driven out to right field. Corey Hatcher, as always, tracks it in for the 1st out of the inning. That one off the bat looked like it was for sure going to be a base hit, but it just hung up there a little bit too long for Ferrara, and it falls into the mid of Hatcher for the 1st out of the inning. Good job by Gibson to work his way through that count, get the 1st out of the inning, and get his day started on a clean note. So J.T. Gibson out of the windup Just a little bit low, ball one. Gibson, a big, tall lefty, coming from a very different angle than they were seeing from Quinn Allen, messing with these, with the eyes of these Panther hitters a little bit. The shortstop, Jackson Schroy, the freshman shortstop for Paul VI. Gets ahead in the count there now, 2-1. That one fouled straight back. Count 2-2. So Gibson works himself back into an even count. Has an opportunity here to get a little crafty and go after this Panther hitter here, looking for the second out of the inning. That one goes by the wayside. Count moves to 3-2. Gibson misses that one in the dirt. And the Panthers have a man on here in the top of the fifth. Gibbs goes out, settles him down a little bit here. We'll see how Gibson handles a base runner. His first one of the day as the sun starts to finally shine through a little bit brighter. Gibson comes set. And that one right in there. Although Gibbs dropped, it's still called a strike. And the catcher, Jayden Hill, at the plate here for Paul VI. Gibson with a throw over. A tight one. He really fired it over there. A good move, keeping Schroy at bay. Gibbs doing the same thing and just slides back in there safely at first. Count moves to 1-1 there on that last pitch. Still one down here for the Panthers in the top of the fifth. That one drops in there for a strike. Count moves to 1-2. A great breaking ball there by Gibson. Another move over there. That one just to keep him at bay. Let him know he's still watching. Count still at 1-2. Gibson just managing the base runner, managing the inning, going through his process. Ahead in the count. The 1-2. Swings right through it, and with the base already covered there at first, the drop third strike rule not in effect, and that's your second out of the inning. A strikeout there by JT Gibson, his first of his outing.
Now batting number 12, Tyler Rowland.
That one in there for a ball. Second baseman Tyler Rowling stepping in. His second at bat of the game. Looking to keep this thing alive for the Panthers. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. An opportunity here for him to get a good pitch. Looking for a base hit. Keep this inning rolling for his club. That That one just a bit upstairs, and the count moves to 3-0. So Gibson, a lot of work to do here, looking for his third out. A little bit of work in the bullpen for the Cadets. That one down and in. Ball 4 for Rowling, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Nathan Dion. So the Panthers now first and second, 2 outs, and a man in scoring position with an opportunity to get themselves on the board here in the middle innings of this conference matchup. That one in there for a strike. A good job there by Gibson to get back on the horse and get right back in the zone. Gibson comes set. That one right there. Good curveball. Drops that one right in there. Fastball a little bit all over the place, so he goes to the breaking ball to get ahead in the count. Now an opportunity with an 0-2 count. See where he goes. That one thought he might have caught the top of the zone, but just stays a bit up and out. Moves count to 1-2. Now I would not be surprised to maybe see a high fastball here. I don't know, with runners on first and second, if it's necessary to drop a curveball down in the dirt, maybe go up and just above the top of the zone, see if we can get a swing. If you can get a swing here, get out of the inning. If not, move to 2-2. Still at an even count, still an opportunity to get right back in the zone and get that third out. Gibson with the high fastball gets him swinging, and that ends his first inning of work. So 2 men on base, 2 men left on base for the Panthers, and the Cadets maintain their 10-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Up here in the booth, this is Evan Flax bringing you WCAC Baseball. We'll be right back.
Middle of the 5th inning, our score is St. John's 10, Peltier 6-0. That one driven by DM Jefferson out to right field. Carrying, but a little bit too high. Caught at the warning track there by the right fielder, Garrett Appleton, for the first out of the bottom of the 5th.
Next up for the Cadets, the shortstop, Jason Chavoni. Chavoni looking to stay hot on the day. A couple hits already, a couple runs scored. Looking to get things started off here for the Cadets.
Now batting number 5, Jason Chavoni.
That one kicks away from the catcher. Ball 1. Chavoni, last couple of years, has held a lot of different roles on this cadet team, but being one of the leaders of the team, the shortstop, very vocal, outspoken, does a great job of leading the offense in the 3-hole, driving in runs, swinging hard, swinging aggressively. He's up 2-0 in the count now. Seca's still out there for the Panthers, throwing a lot of strikes in his 2+ innings of work, and just like that, he gets back in the zone. Count turns to 2-1. Chavoni, the senior from Laytonsville, Maryland, committed to play at James Madison University. The 2-1 comes up in on him. Count goes to 3-1, and he's looking for an opportunity here to get on base and get this thing started here with 1 out for the Cadets. Seca comes set the 3-1 upstairs, and he'll take his base. So Chavoni draws a 1-out walk and gets the inning started here for the Cadets. Next up, number 21, Max Simpson. Simpson popped up in his first at-bat, but then has followed it up with a couple base hits, so he's looking to keep the hot bat rolling. And keep things moving offensively for St. John's. Chavoni paying attention keenly over there at first base. Seca with his first pickoff attempt to the game. Keeping Chavoni at bay. I doubt we'll see him run with a 10-0 lead. I imagine he'll be moving station to station unless this score changes. Another pickoff attempt. That one just a little bit closer. I guess he was not looking for that to happen back-to-back before a pitch was even thrown, but an attempt there that almost paid off dividends. Simpson ready to hit. Seca holding. Comes right in there with a strike. Moves the count to 0-1. Seca ready to deliver. Simpson drives that one out to right. That one falls just foul out of the reach of Appleton, and Simpson will try again. Count now 0-2. Seca now not paying much attention to Chavoni at first. Comes set very quickly and heads to the plate, trying to change the timing of the hitter a little bit. Throws an off speed that breaks just a way off the plate, and the count stretches to 1-2. Seca with the 1-2. Just a bit upstairs. Count evens up at 2-2, and Simpson now with an opportunity here to get a good pitch to hit. And a credit to the Panthers defense, even with some of the walks that have happened and some of the offense that St. John's has brought to the table. The defense has prevailed very well, making a lot of really strong plays. A fake steal over at first base by Chavoni, and that one fouled off onto the hill over the batting cages down the right field line. The count remains 2-2. So good job there by Simpson to keep his at-bat alive. Simpson pops that one up to the right side. That one will stay in play. Rowling ranges over just into the outfield and makes a good grab there for the second out of the inning. Chavoni heading back to first base after a steal on the play. That'll bring up now the DH, who was the starting pitcher, Quinn Allen. Quinn Allen since been replaced by JT Gibson in the last inning. Quinn Allen with a double that almost scored a run from first, almost scored Simpson from first, but not to be. Looking for another pitch he can drive. A little bit late on that one. Up in the zone, and the count moves to 0-1. That one stroked by Quinn Allen right back up the middle. Chavoni will move up to second base. And another hit by Quinn Allen. And a great day all around for him. 4 clean innings pitched, a couple base hits. And his day's just moving right along. Now pinch hitting for the Cadets. Pinch hitting for Braden Martin. Number 18, Connor Smith. Smith gets the off speed on the 0-1 pitch. Down in the zone. Tries to shoot it the other way and is just a little bit behind it. Puts it into foul territory. So the count ranges to 0-2 for him now. So he'll have a little bit of work to do to get himself back into the count. But a man out there looking for a 2-out base hit to drive a run in and push this lead to 11. Smith shoots that one towards the shortstop. Shortstop with a long throw. A great play there by the Panther shortstop for the third out of the inning. Gets Connor Smith by a step. And for the first time in the game, the Cadets do not push a run across in an inning. So after 5 full innings of play, the St. John's Cadets lead the Paul VI Panthers 10-0. We'll be right back after a short break. This is Evan Flax bringing you WCAC Baseball. Good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning here in this 9-inning contest between the St. John's Cadets and the Paul VI Panthers. Now taking the mound for the Cadets, number 15, Michael Hipton. Hipton, a senior right-handed pitcher from Silver Spring, Maryland. Hipton brings that one in with a little bit of heat for strike one. Leading off the inning for the Panthers is the leadoff hitter, number 11, Alexander Peltier, the left fielder. Hipton thought he got the bottom of the zone there. That one just a little bit too low, and the count moves to 1-2. That one hit to third base. Sliding play by Quinn Allen. Just gets beat by a step. A stellar job getting down the line there by Peltier to beat it out. A couple defensive changes for the Cadets. Braden Martin has re-entered after being pinch hit for, back in left field. A.J. Martin has moved over to shortstop. Quinn Allen has come off as the DH and moved out to third base. I believe that's still Vinnie Hall. He's shifted over to second base, and Jason Chavoni is now no longer a part of the defense. That first one in the dirt there for Hipton. Great job there by Dom Vallis to keep that one in front of him on the pickoff attempt. Good job by Hipton to keep the base runner at bay. Irizarry, with one of the few hits for the Paul VI Panthers, drove one out over the left fielder's head all the way to the wall for a leadoff double a few innings back. Squaring to bunt in his first couple pitches here in this inning. A curious move, especially as a sacrifice bunt. Quinn Allen not exactly sure where to play, whether or not he should step up and play the bunt or just hang back and expect him to actually swing. But being down 10-0, giving up and out there is not something you'd expect. With that, Hipton throws that one to the backstop, gets past the glove of Casey Gibbs, and the base runner Peltier moves up to second regardless, and the count now stretches to 3-0. So most likely Irizarry will take the pitch here. See if Hipton will give him the base, which I would imagine he would happily take. Hipton comes set with a man on second. And a sac bunt attempt on a 3-0 pitch there. Not exactly sure what the thought was there, but a sac attempt on a 3-0 pitch pushes the count to 3-1. It looks like the Paul VI coaches didn't exactly believe that he went there. So they're having a conversation with the umpire, but it looks like that'll settle down pretty quickly, and we'll go right back into the at-bat. So Hipton got a little bit of a gift there. Now a 3-1 count, has an opportunity to get right back into it. A good throw down to second base, and he's thrown out by Casey Gibbs. Just an incredibly astute defensive play there by the catcher and the shortstop, A.J. Martin, to be on the bag, ready to receive that. Peltier got just a little bit too far off. Hipton was able to get a strike in there, move the count to 3-2, and Casey Gibbs came up firing with that arm that we talked about before. And there's the first out of the inning for the Cadets and wiping away a base runner. So now Hipton comes right back into what he thought was the zone on the 3-2 pitch, but it's just outside, and Irizarry finds himself back on the base paths here against the Cadets.
That one down in the zone. Picked up by Gibbs. One-0 count here. Hipton puts that one right past the swinging bat of Garrett Appleton, the right fielder here for the Panthers, and evens the count back up at 1-1. That one right there in the zone, count at 1-2. So a good job by Michael Hipton to get back ahead of this next batter after the walk to Irizarry. He's got one out now, looking for a double play ball. Swing and a miss. The runner already out at first. Even with the steal, that base is not counted as open on a dirt ball. A great job by Hipton to get a swinging strike, and now the second out of the inning. Irizarry once again finds himself on second base. Last time he was out there was caught going to third on a dirt ball read by Casey Gibbs. That one just a little bit up and in. Count moves to 1-0. We're here in the top of the sixth. St. John's with a 10-0 lead over the St. Paul VI Panthers. The Cadets working on their third pitcher of the day, Quinn Allen. 4 strong innings to start. JT Gibson, 1 in relief. And now we're on to Michael Hipton, who moves the count to 1-1 here against the first baseman, Remigio Ferrara. Ferrara, a good defensive player in his own right, over there at first base. Hipton finds the dirt with the third pitch of the at-bat. Count moves to 2-1. Good job there by Gibbs, keeping the ball in front of him. As suspected, not a surprise there that Irizarry stays on second base on that dirt ball, not wanting to make the third out at third. Hipton comes back on the 2-1, just a bit outside. Count moves to 3-1. So now he's got a little bit of work to do here to get his third out of the inning. Man on second for the Panthers, an opportunity to score here on a base hit. Hipton with 3-1, swinging strike, and the count moves to 3-2. So an opportunity here for Hipton to put things away and move us on to the bottom of the sixth. The 3-2. Incoming. That one right down the middle. And that will put Ferrara down on strikes. Michael Hipton comes in, a strong 1 innings pitched to start out his day. Third out of the inning, and we move to the bottom of the sixth. The Cadets still leading 10-0. This is Evan Flax bringing you WCAC Baseball. We'll be right back.
Middle of the sixth inning, St. John's with 10, Paul VI with 0.
Welcome back, baseball fans. We've now moved to the bottom of the 6th, leading off.
Number 2, A.J. Martin.
Leading off here for the Cadets, number 2, A.J. Martin. Martin with a fielder's choice, a walk, and a double in today's game. Seka still out there on the mound for the Panthers. Working here in the 6th in what would be his 4th inning of work. Done a fantastic job since his predecessors to keep these hitters at bay. Throw a lot of strikes. Count there moves to 1-1. And A.J. Martin looking to get something started once again for the Cadets here in the bottom of the 6th. That one just a bit upstairs. Count moves to 2-1. Seka had a tall task when he came in. I believe it was already 8-0. The Cadets had men on, and he did a very good job to come in and throw strikes, force the St. John's hitters to swing the bats, which they have proven that they can do, but only to put up 2 runs in the last after this inning, what would be the last 4 innings. Is really fairly impressive. Finds the zone there, moves the count to 3-2. So A.J. Martin with a little bit of work to do here to try and get things started for the Cadets. Seka comes set, the 3-2 offering. Just a bit upstairs, and that'll be ball 4. A.J. Martin takes his base, his 2nd walk of the day.
Now batting number 7, Theo Pollock.
Next up, for the Cadets, pinch hitting for Dom Vallis, number 7, Theo Pollock. Senior outfielder from Montgomery Village, Maryland. Pollock leaves that one upstairs. A little up and out of the zone, ball 1. Seka comes set. The 1-0 pitch. A good swing right on it as Pollock fouls it straight back. Evens up the count at 1-1. A good swing there by Pollock, trying to take his hacks here with his pinch hit opportunity. Trying to do everything he can to keep this this Cadet offense rolling. That one down in the dirt. Count moves to 2-1, and he's now in a hitter's count once again. Good opportunity to get a good pitch to hit here. A good opportunity for him to take advantage. That one comes in, he hits it. A nice sliding play there by Irizarry at third base, and a good strong throw to first to get Pollock. A.J. Martin moves to second on the play. Third baseman did not have enough time to get the ball over to second and try and get a double play started. So 1 out in the inning now with a man at second. And now batting pinch hitting for Corey Hatcher is the senior outfielder from Kensington, Maryland, Cooper May, number 3. Cooper May an opportunity to get his season started here. Driving a run.
That one just a bit outside for ball one. A.J. Martin, just a simple walking lead off of second base. As I mentioned when Chavoni was on first last inning. With a 10-run lead, you just expect they're going to go station to station. Probably not going to take third base unless it really bounces away from the catcher. That one down there in the dirt. Count moves to 3-1 now. Good count here for Cooper May to go. Have an opportunity. Try and get one of those balls right in the Pop-Tart box. He can drive right in the gap. Good opportunity for him here. With a man at second. Looking to drive in a run. Good pitch to hit there. Lets that one go by. Count moves to 3-2. Like I said, he's looking for the one that's right there for him, and that one certainly wasn't it in his eyes. So he just keeps on moving, waiting for the next pitch. Cooper May gets one, drives it out to right field. That ball's headed back, and it is over the wall. The senior drives one over the right field wall for a home run. A 2-run shot, scoring A.J. Martin, and St. John's takes a 12-0 lead. You could say Cooper May got one in the Pop-Tart box there. He had an opportunity on a fastball right in the zone, drove it out to the short part of the park, crept it right over the fence, and gets himself a long ball. And that cadet bench is going wild for him. With that, he turns the lineup over. Casey Gibbs coming up for his 5th at-bat of the day. That one comes in a little bit on him. Turns his back and lets it go past for ball number 1. That one just a bit outside for ball 2, and Casey Gibbs way ahead in the count. Now I will say, being a left-handed hitter with the power that I know Casey has, being up in the count 2-0, and your teammate, fellow senior, hits a ball out, you have to imagine he's looking for one that he can poke in the same spot. Looking for something he can just drive hard out that way. Seka comes with the 2-0. Yeah, and you could see that was the kind of swing that Casey took there. And he's going to get another whack at it. That one lands in foul territory, but just over the head of the catcher. Looked a little thrown off by it there. And maybe that opportunity to get back in the box will settle Gibbs down a little bit. Give him another opportunity at a good pitch. Count moves to 2-1 with that foul ball. So Seka comes set now for the 2-1 pitch. That one just a bit upstairs. The count moves to 3-1. So you have to expect if Gibbs gets one to hit here, it's going to be in a good spot. Should have a good opportunity to try and go after one here. Just see if he can get the hands out, let the barrel make its way through the zone and do its job. Got one there, and again pops it straight up. And the pitcher taking it this time, and he makes the play. So that's 2 down now in the inning. The Cadets already with 2 runs in the inning. looking to try and add to it here. DM Jefferson looking to get things going again here in the bottom of the 6th. Jefferson already with a single and a double, couple runs scored, and a walk. Flew out deep to right field in his last time up. A good swing there, but he gets behind 0-1 as he fouls it straight back. That one just a bit outside. Count moves to 1-1. Now, as I mentioned before, I mean, Seca has come in and done a great job in relief. First of all, against a very tough Cadets lineup, but also just finding the zone over and over and over again. And unfortunately, he just got behind on one hitter and put something in the zone on a 3-2 pitch that was easily hittable. And Cooper May took advantage of it. Jefferson punches that one foul. That one's going to get out of play. But the count moves to 1-2. So once again, Seca ahead in the ahead in count, with an opportunity to put away one of St. John's better hitters, who he's now faced for the 3rd time. The 1-2 pitch catches the outside corner and seats Jefferson looking. So that'll be the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Cadets strike for 2 more runs and push their lead out to 12. Cooper May, the senior outfielder, takes advantage of a 3-2 pitch, drives it over the right field wall, and the Cadets have extended their lead. We now move into the top of the 7th. We'll be right back after a quick break.
After the 6th inning, St. John's with 12 points.
So that's why they put the outside. So now we're straight.
St. John's 12, Harvard 0.
And welcome back out here to Northwest Chevy Chase, DC, for the top of the 7th inning. Another pitching change here for the Cadets. Now on the senior, number 20, Vinnie Walsh, left-handed pitcher and outfielder from Laytonsville, Maryland, Shenandoah University commit. And it looks like Cooper May has stayed out, or stayed in the lineup out to right field and taken over for Corey Hatcher defensively as well as offensively. That's the other change in the lineup. And batting to lead off the inning, Remigio Ferrara, the first baseman for the Panthers. Vinnie Walsh gets in there with a strike right off the bat. So Michael Hipton finishes his day after 1 inning of work. A good, clean 1 inning of work with some defensive help. Vinnie Walsh gets in there, back-to-back strikes, and the count is now 0-2. Vinnie Walsh almost gets him swinging just off the end of the bat there. Ferrara keeps his at bat alive, and the count remains 0-2.
And Vinnie Walsh gets him swinging a good pitch there. 4 straight strikes to start off the inning, including a foul ball. And Vinnie Walsh sits down the first batter, Remigio Ferraro, on strikes for the first out of the inning. Next up for the Panthers, the freshman shortstop, Jackson Soroa. Once again in there with a strike. It's a lot easier to be a good, consistent pitcher if you can get ahead in the count and get strikes. Again, 0-2, and just taking an absolute command of every at-bat he's facing right now. Vinnie Walsh doing a great job. An 0-2 count here on the freshman. The senior looking to finish the batter here. That one just a bit up and away, looking for a chase, and the count moves to 1-2. So 7 pitches so far for Vinnie Walsh, 6 strikes. And that one he gets him swinging again. A great job by Casey Gibbs. Steps up, tags him on the dirt ball. And that's the second out of the inning. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, 2 up, 2 down for the senior left-hander.
Now batting number 16, Jayden Hill.
The catcher, Jayden Hill, steps to the plate now. That one just goes by everybody right to the backstop, 1-0. And I have to imagine there are some folks out there wondering whether or not there is a run rule. I know we're expecting a 9-inning game, and I have to be honest with you, I do not know the answer. So you're not going to get the right answer from me, so I'm not going to try and speculate. Vinnie Walsh, the 1-0, out of the windup. That one just misses the bottom of the zone. The count moves to 2-0. 2-0 count here. That one, again, bottom of the zone. Count moves to 3-0, so Vinnie Walsh going to take a step off the rubber real quick, reset himself, and get right back into it. Ready to start his windup. Catcher Jayden Hill takes that one for a strike, and the count moves to 3-1. So Vinnie Walsh working himself back out of that hill, or back up that hill. After the first 3 pitches were in there for a ball. That one in there for a strike as well, and the count moves to 3-2. So an opportunity here to set the side down in order. Vinnie Walsh, 3-2 pitch, puts it right by Jayden Hill for the 3rd out of the inning, and that'll do it here for the top of the 7th inning. So a great job by the Cadets relief pitchers, Hipton, Walsh, and Gibson to come in from after Quinn Allen's 4 innings pitched, and I believe that'll do it for us here in D.C. after 7 innings. So Paul VI falls to 0-3 in conference now. The Cadets move to 3-0 in conference, picking up their 3rd win by double digits. A few bright spots there for the Panthers. Carlos Irizarry, a couple of really nice plays on defense, a nice double, and a couple good at-bats on top of that. And out of the bullpen, the junior right-hander, Brendan Secca, came on and really showed a strong presence there, pounding the zone over and over again for the 4.5 innings of work that he provided. But really all the noise came out of the Cadets dugout today. Quinn Allen right off the bat had 3 really, really quick outs to start the game, and then a slow first inning of offense for the Cadets with a lot of walks, eventually turned into 3 runs on a lot of walked-in runs. Then the next inning, they came out swinging the bats. Some of the highlights across the board for the Cadets: the 4 innings pitched for Quinn Allen. Each of the innings pitched by the relievers. Some strong defense from Casey Gibbs behind the plate with a couple putouts and a couple assists. At the plate, DM Jefferson a single and a double. Jason Chavoni with a couple hits. A.J. Martin for the 3rd straight game with a couple hits as well. Braden Martin with a couple hits, and Quinn Allen with a double in the gap. But a great game for the Cadets as they improve their record in conference. Evan Flax bringing you WCAC baseball. We'll see you next time.